you and welcome to the best boxing lesson. And I'm going to go over Ward and Kovalev. And basically, there was a lot of people talking, commenting on YouTube and different podcast stuff back when this happened. I missed a lot of stuff as far as making videos, but I'm making videos. I'm making up for it right now. So basically, a lot of people didn't understand what was going on with Kovalev and Ward, and a lot of people, you hear some people say, well, Kovalev and Ward, Kovalev just destroyed Ward, and I can't believe, he was robbed, and I can't believe that Ward won, and yada yada yada, and all this good stuff. And the thing about boxing is, if you don't understand the rules, as somebody who watches boxing, then you don't understand why some things happen the way they happen. Now, do people get robbed? Yes. Do the judges mess up on things? Yes. I'm not saying that, but every now and then you have a real close fight, and it's a real close one as far as points, and you have to look at other things, especially in professional boxing. It was the amateurs. There's a lot of stuff the amateurs don't look at. They just look at the point system. But boxing, the judges judge other things. So what's going on here with Ward and Kovalev is you have a clash of styles. All right, so styles make fights, and their styles are clashing. Okay, and the reason is because they almost kind of stand the same, right? Pretty much. It's a classical stance, conventional stance. They got their styles are different. They're not the same. I'm just saying the way they stand is the same. And the difference is Ward, he likes to fight about like right inside of your striking distance. All right, that's the thing. That's his comfort spot. Everybody's got their little comfort spots, but he likes to work his way because he's a defensive fighter. So he likes to work his way just within your range, not outside of it. Not an inside fighter. An inside fighter would be here, like with his forehead trying to bury in your chest, but just inside of it, right? And the reason for that is so that he can block and counter, or defend and counter, or however you want to say. So Kovalev, he is an outside fighter, which means his punches, he throws long range punches. And for people who don't understand this is the thing about this style. You feel safe when you get. You feel like you're far away from him and you feel safe, but what you don't understand is the way he punches. He extends all the way out, and he'll probably step out with his front foot, with his front leg, like a parry, kind of like fencing. Have you ever watched the fencing when they they parry and then they thrust? The thrust, that same motion, and that's what a long-range fighter does. So it's very deceiving to be standing there. You feel comfortable, and all of a sudden, boom! He pops out a jab, which you think is gonna just barely touch the tip of your guard, and it goes all the way through. And that's the reason why these guys are they had issues like that right there. And as you can see, that knocked Ward back. So that's the reason why. Okay, now you have to understand that it's not cut and dry, so it's going to be hard to tell. But this is going to be a quick look at. So you see. How they're circling away, and here's Kovalev. You see that front leg, how he steps out there, and he almost hits him with the jab again, right? So he's the long-range fighter, and he likes to fight just inside the range. So that's a clash right there. That's a problem for both of them, and you're going to see right now it's a problem for Ward, but it's going to be a problem for Kovalev as well. And he shakes his head no, but we all know that no means yes in boxing. he's getting them. See, he can't back up far enough to get out of the range because he keeps getting hit because he's up against a long range puncher. You see? Oh, he's trying to get himself in the right range. He's trying to get himself in that nice little comfort spot right here, right? When he throws his punch, he wants to be able to just slip, or parry, and the punch goes past him, and he's just inside the range, and then he can counter. That's what he's trying to do. He can't, because he doesn't understand yet. He'll get it, but he hasn't gauged the range yet. You see, he calibrated it because he's putting himself perfectly in his range. He thought he was outside of the range, and then he was trying to slip inside of the range. But what he didn't realize is this guy's a long range puncher. He steps with that front foot, and he can get that punch way out here. So backing up just a little bit puts you right at the tip of his punch. Staying still makes you take the brunt of his punch, and he's still trying to get himself where he wants to be. And then you also have to pay attention to the feet down here. If you look at their feet, a lot of times whoever's got their foot in a better position, preferably on the outside. This right here is not bad, but if I was Kovalev, I would want my foot out here. Or actually, if I was Andre Ward, I would want my lead foot to be on the outside, right here. I would want Ward's foot here. As you can see, it's like they're almost toe to toe. But if Kovalev's foot was here, then it would be a lot worse for Ward. There's that jab. Come around, bam, right there. Did you see that? I'm gonna back it up for you. Just a little bit. Alright, so here they come. There's that jab, right? Here's the feet. What I was just talking about, you gotta see where their feet are. Now Ward's foot is real inside. His is right here. Look at the back foot. See how he steps out with it? When he throws that jab, Kovalev steps out with that foot. Look where his foot is. Right? Bam, right there. All these things are very important. How you're standing, where you're standing, how you're moving, where you set your feet, how you hold your hands. And this is what happened to Ward in the beginning. So you can't sit there and say, oh, well, so-and-so got his ass whooped and so-and-so. No. When you have a clash of styles in the beginning, there's going to be things that are going to happen. But you also have to understand that eventually, if you figure it out and you overcome it and you best your opponent, then you win the boxing match. You see what I'm saying? The judges see it in your favor. All this right here, this grappling, all that's there's no points for that. Okay? Absolutely no points for grappling. Okay? And for all the people out there that are like, oh, he manhandled him. Well, he wasn't getting points for that, okay? You know, Ward, he's the one that initiates it, right? He starts grappling. Did you notice that? He's the one that starts grappling. And then it turns into a grappling match. And then later on, Ward is the one boxing. And then Kovalev becomes the one that's struggling and grappling. Okay, so there's no points for grappling. So whenever they grapple, it doesn't matter who wins the grappling match. There's no points for grappling. Okay? There's absolutely no points for it. And there's only points for punches. So Kovalev is ahead. Alright? He's ahead. And, you know, Ward's behind. But Ward's trying to feel him out. Remember, clash of styles. Okay? They're having a clash of styles. And there's some grappling. But as you can see, Ward is getting his range in there. He's starting to fill him out. And you see how he stepped in? He steps in real quick. Boom. See that? He saw how he smothered him. This is what he learned from the first round. We're in the 4th round right now, right? We're in the 4th round right now. But from the first round, this is what he learned to do. Because when he wasn't doing this, when he was trying to stand just within his range so he could do what he needed to do, what he usually does, it wasn't working. He got knocked down on his ass. Kovalev beat the shit out of him. But then he started figuring out, you know what, I got to smother this guy. I got to get in and out on him. He goes in, he goes out. He goes in, defense. He's right there where he wants to be. He moves, he moves, he moves. Moves. Look at all those misses. You see all of that? He got tagged on that one. Boom, boom. There's 2 hits. But Kovalev slapped a little bit on the other. And that's a good jab. See, but he starts making a miss. And that's what you call ring generalship, when you start to control the fight, where you can punch your opponent, but then he starts missing you. So you have to really pay attention. There's a miss right there. There's a block right there. Okay. Now most people, when you see it in fast motion, you see it like, oh, you know, he's whooping his ass. Not necessarily. And basically, after a significant amount of time of doing this to Kovalev, he wore him out. And Kovalev wasn't able to do his long-range boxing. It takes an extreme amount of athleticism and energy to box like that. You know, because you're using your legs and your long-range arms, full extension. So that's what happened. I mean, there's no other way to put it. That's what happened. You know, Kovalev won the beginning of the fight, and slowly but surely, Ward figured him out and started neutralizing him. And it was a good fight. It was a close one, but he was able to edge it out because the judges could see that after their little clash of styles, Ward was the one to eventually figure out how to make his opponent miss, and he hit him. Okay? And that's what the definition of boxing is for all you nimrods out there, all you numbskulls that think you know. That's what boxing's all about. And it's not about how tough you are, how many punches you can take, and all that bull crap, or how strong you are. It's about making your opponent miss and then hitting him in return. And when you can do that, when you can protect yourself at all times, like the ref says, then you win the boxing match. That's the way you win a decision. So thanks for watching the best boxing lesson, and I just wanted to put this video out here to break that down and let you guys see this. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.